Hi everyone, today you're going to learn about why all businesses need a UX designer. When it comes on to designing for people, you need to understand that people are the lifeblood of your business. Why I would say more businesses need to work with user experience designers is because UX designers or user experience designers focus primarily on designing for people. User experience designers help to align business goals and users' needs. We seek to understand the frustrations of the people that the business are trying to supply for, and also the goals of that business, and try and find some synergy or pain points or features that we can use that helps to bring trust and loyalty and help to bring brand satisfaction and brand loyalty as well. So the more that businesses can work with user experience designers, is the better that business will be able to function. What are 3 ways that I think can really help that business to know, yes, I should be working with user experience designer? Well, the first thing I would say is that you do not know what's best. And I say it in the nicest way. What I mean is that when you are designing for somebody or when you're designing for people, we naturally do things in business like doing surveys, doing reports, doing testing, user interviews to find out, are we really supplying the best service, the best product for the people who we are designing for? User experience designers have the right tools to use to find out the right information that business will need to generate more revenue, to build more trust and loyalty with the people that they are supplying for. When you look at a brand like Kleenex, when they just started out, they kind of positioned themselves as the tissue to use for makeup removal. But as they began to observe the people that they were supplying for, as they began to observe their users or their people that they were designing for, they realized that they were using it for multiple other different things as well. When you begin to understand that you do not know everything and pay attention to the people you are designing for, you will find some key areas where even for your business could be more lucrative and more profitable as well. And a UX designer will help you get there in the quickest and in the fewest amount of steps. The second thing I would say of why a business needs to work with a UX designer is that UX designers help you to build brand ambassadors. You want to actually build brand loyalty by exceeding the needs of the people that you are trying to meet. The best way to do that is to really pay attention to those customers as well. Now, the one thing that I would say from a UX design position is we spend time, if you're in a business, you might go to the call centers if they have call centers, or you might spend time on the shop floor observing how people are interacting with the customers and the clerks and the individuals in that workplace, or you actually might go to the people who you are designing for and have some key questions that you need to then ask them about how they use that product or service, or maybe you're observing them as they use that product or service. Now, a business owner or the people in the marketing service, they don't really have the time to do this, but a UX designer specializes in this and has the time to focus and pay focused attention in these specific areas. The third thing I would say of why you need to work with a UX designer is that UX designers help to design experiences. Now, the thing you want to basically pay attention to is that when I say design experiences, we help to understand how, based upon the business goals, how that user will get from point A to point B in the most simplest, in the most useful, in the fewest amount of steps, but also in the most pleasurable way possible. You want to help your customer, as they interact with your product or service, especially if it's digital, as they go on your website, how do they get to, interacting with, maybe it's an e-commerce site and they're buying a dress or something. How do they get from point A to point B and then still feel a sense of pleasure? Maybe it's with the images that you're showing on your site. Maybe it's with the content you provide. Maybe it's valuable content like videos, tutorials, or blog content that gives them useful tips on how they can improve maybe their dress sense or how they can improve what they are learning about your product or service. So UX designers really help brands to design experiences that really meet the emotional needs of your customers as well. The fourth thing I would say is that businesses need to have a personality. As a UX designer, my focus is to go into a business and really help to understand the attributes or the different elements that come together to help them to be who they are. And then we use what we call brand messaging, or the tone of voice, via their website, via their videos, to help to communicate that there is a sense of personality to that brand that people can emotionally attach to. The reason why I say emotionally is because most of the time people make business decisions generally from an emotional point of view. So for example, if somebody goes into a store like Primark or Louis Vuitton, both have a different experience, right? As I mentioned prior. But in a Primark, I'm making a business decision about the clothes that they provide because I want to save money. Whereas in a Louis Vuitton, I know that it costs a bit more, but the experience is built in such a way that I'm consistently reminded that I'm receiving a premium service. So I'm more obliged, or I'm more willing to spend an extra 100 or 200 or 300 pounds on a bag, whereas in Primark I may have spent, I don't know, 20 pounds or 10 pounds on a bag, because the experience within that place is completely different. But if I go on their website and I want to buy that bag, then what messaging is on that website? What tone of voice? What color scheme is there? What is being used to help communicate to me that I am actually getting a better service, or I'm getting a cheaper service? Just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's worse. It just means it's pitched or positioned in a different area. So a UX designer helps to create the personality to that brand and bring it to the forefront of the customer's attention, so they are very, very clear on how they are able to go forward with the interaction on that business. Well, I hope this has really been helpful. I think all businesses need to work with UX designers more. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, then just contact me via my website, or you can follow me on Facebook. You can contact me on Twitter. You can also contact me on LinkedIn again. And also just tweet me directly. Let me know your thoughts. Why else do you think that businesses need to work with UX designers? Thanks everyone, and have a good day. Thank you for watching Digitive TV. And if you've liked this video today, don't forget to download my free 25-point UX design checklist. It's really great. It's a checklist that will allow you to go through some of the key things that we may forget as UX designers. And even if you are a seasoned professional, it's helpful. And if you're a beginner, then it's definitely helpful for you. So download it for free, and definitely go on my Facebook and just contact me and let me know what you think about it going forward. Take care.